Hello, this is Robert Smigel with Europe's podcast, where we talk to the entrepreneurs and leaders who are making it happen here in Slovenia. Now get ready for an inspiring conversation with Simona Grobelnik. Simona is head of the Department of Strategic Development and Legal Affairs at the Slovenian Enterprise Fund, also called SEF. With over 12 years at the SEF and a background in financial supervision and public administration, she plays a key role in shaping strategic support instruments, including financial incentives, guarantees, and equity measures that support Slovenian startups and SMEs. SEF also acts as an implementing body of the Ministry of the Economy, Tourism, and Sport, and is actively engaged in a wide range of European and regional cooperation platforms and networks supporting SMEs. In recent developments, SEF has also taken on the role of national contact point for STEP in Slovenia. Why are we talking to Simona? Simona is closely involved with PODIM, one of the leading startup and tech events in the Adria and CEE regions, taking place May 11th to the 13th in Maribor, Slovenia. Thank you, Simona, for joining Europe's podcast today and sharing your insights with our listeners.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, let's get started here. Simona, you lead strategic development and legal affairs at the Slovenian Enterprise Fund and bring extensive experience from public finance and international cooperation. What drew you to this role, and how does your work to connect and support founders, especially through initiatives like PODIM? How does that work?
Yes, as you mentioned, my role at Slovenian Enterprise Fund, SEF, is focused on creating, let's say, strategic financial frameworks to enable startups and SMEs in general to grow. As you mentioned, we are an implementing body of our Ministry of Economy, Tourism and Sport, and I think that we, together with them, plays quite an important role in translating national development priorities into concrete supportive instrument for the entrepreneurial ecosystems. So our main mission, our main goal, or let's say aim of SEF is to be a primarily to be a provider of financial incentives for SMEs. We are focused in financing SMEs in general, but also we are focused on some strategic target groups of SMEs, including, of course, startups. However, I think that decades ago, we do learn that the significantly better results in ecosystems are achieved when financial support is combined with so-called soft support, non-financial support, and this is actually why we are also very active supporter for the ecosystems through some promotional engagements in key events such as PODIM is.
Okay, good. SEF is a long-standing partner of PODIM. I think PODIM's around since 1981. How has this collaboration evolved over time, and why is PODIM such a strong fit with SEF's broader mission to support SMEs and startups?
Yes, SAFE, together with before mentioned Ministry of Economy, Tourism and Sport, has been partners of PODIM particularly, practically since the early beginnings. I think that we stayed partners, and we even strengthened our relationship because we do have the same objectives. I think we are both focused on early stage development on scaling, on internationalization, on finding investors, of collaboration regionally and internationally, and those objectives are the same for us, the same for the ministry, and the same for the PODIM. So I think that PODIM has therefore become one of the, let's say, very important flagship events in the region and important platform for strengthening this international positioning of Slovenian startup ecosystems in this respect. This is, of course, one of the goals that the ministry and SAFE is definitely very keen of. And that's why we are the partners for decades. And I think we will also stay partners in the future.
Were you guys there since the beginning? I believe it started in 1981. Was that the first year?
Yes, but in a little bit different shape,
Right.
if I may say so.
Okay, good. From SEF's perspective, what will your organization be focusing on at PODIM this year in terms of supporting founders, startups, and the wider ecosystem? What's that look like for you guys?
I mean, this is the opportunity for us to learn, to find out what is missing in the ecosystem, what has to be developed. Of course, we are also there to provide informations depending on the interests, whether these interests comes from the startups, whether these come from the policymakers, from different stakeholders of the ecosystem. So basically, we are there to give the informations, and we are basically there to get the informations that we need in order to develop sustainable support for the future.
Okay, I imagine you're going to be very, very busy there. A lot of startups obviously want to talk to you. If you're a startup and you're attending PODIM, how can they best prepare to engage with the SEF and make the most of the opportunities available? So they come to you, they talk to you. What are some of the things that they should be prepared as opposed to just a casual conversation? What are some of the things you will look for in a conversation if they want to engage with you?
I mean, all the time the conversation is better if we are, let's say, in front. If we do in front, do a little bit research, I could, let's say, quite sufficiently say that Slovenian startups do know SEF, Slovenian Enterprise Fund, since we are, let's say, active in financing startups with some financial scheme, some grants for almost 15 years now. So we are quite well known in Slovenian ecosystem, but this is also the opportunity to go a little broader. So let's say very practical advice. If you have any questions about the incentives, about the possible cooperations, about the, let's say, advice, what is not good and what should be changed, etc., this is the main purposes. Why we are there and why we are, of course, available for the startups. And of course, the direct approach.
Yeah.
And also the representative of the ministry will be there. They are actually the real policy makers. So this is also very important to know for them also. Because sometimes when they are addressing them, when they do address them directly, some more efficient results are coming out.
Good. Let's talk a little bit about face-to-face communication, meeting in person. With the rise of AI and increasing automation, there's a lot of talk about needing fewer people to get things done. We all know this. Yet events like PODIM continue to bring people together in large numbers, and we're seeing that. How do you see the role of human connection and collaboration in this evolving landscape? Are you seeing that overall, people generally with AI creeping in all aspects of our life, as it's doing, some people love it, some people don't. How do you take that, and how do you see that with people coming to an event and it's just more of an impact? You see that, and is it important?
Yeah.
Is it important for them to come?
Of course. I mean, personally, I'm completely impressed by the technological advancement and undoubtedly increasing efficiency that all those tools and AI has brought to us. And it reshapes actually the whole way how the things are done. And all this is super good and impressive. But for me personally, I think that nothing can replace this human touch, if you understand what I mean. I think that nothing really can replace the real trust, collaboration, shared understanding, or exchange the experience, etc., etc. For me, I think that those elements remained mainly and fundamentally human. So I think that events like PODIM are and will be important and interesting also in the future, perhaps especially in the life of startups, because I think that particularly in their world, where uncertainty is very high and decisions are often based on trust and vision, and personal engagement plays a very important role still. So I think that those things will stay important, and all the new tools are completely, let's say, adding to the whole story. I personally, I do think that personal and human contact is important and will stay nevertheless. How the
Can't
technology?
replace it. You can't replace
No,
that, especially
no,
at events. And especially when you're
no.
talking business and startups and founders and investors. I've talked to a lot of VC people, and a lot of times they
Yeah.
say it's not always the PowerPoint or the presentation. I'm looking at the person that is presenting to me, and will they
Yeah.
be able to follow through with this?
Also called feeling in the guts.
Yeah,
We
the
do
gut
have,
feeling.
and this is something that you can't replace with any theoretical models, etc., etc. But I wouldn't say that only this way is correct or only the technical models are correct. The connection, the combination will still be in place and will give the best results. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, I want you to kind of give me the temperature, the ecosystem for Slovenia. Looking at Slovenia and the broader Adria CE startup ecosystem, where do you currently see the biggest opportunities, and where are there gaps or blind spots that need more attention? Do you see it growing? Is the this region just great for nurturing talent and new products and new services and startups? Are we seeing a real rise in the ecosystem? Is that what you're seeing?
I mean, okay, the whole world has become one marathon, and that's a very, very tough competition. But if we are focused in Adria and Central East European region, let's say something like that, I think that these are very strongly driven, I mean, strongly technical, talented, driven region with, let's say, strong entrepreneurial ambition and, if I may say so, growing culture of innovation. I think our strengths are in, or should I say that we have some potential, particularly in areas of those advanced technologies, of sustainable solutions, artificial intelligence, etc., etc. But of course, on the other hand, even though we do have those strong points, we do have some these weaknesses or blind spots, if we may. Mm, Perhaps because I'm employed at Slovenian Enterprise Fund, but I see it mainly, basically, and very focused still on lack of access to finance, whether we are talking about a very risky early stages or even later stages of when the growth capital is needed. And I think there also remains some less development here in this region in comparison to mature ecosystem. So I think in the future we will need to address these challenges and probably build even stronger international cooperation, cooperations, cross-border collaborations, and continue to evaluate our supportive instruments.
Okay. PODIM 2026 is taking place coming up very quickly, May 11th to the 13th in Maribor. What should founders, operators, and investors be most excited about this year? What are you looking forward to?
I mean, I think that PODIM, with its reputation, continues to straighten its position as a key regional event with, let's say, increasing international reach. I think that participants, all kind of participants, can expect a very strong, very intense, very dynamic program, including very high-profile international speakers, experienced investors, a lot of investors, and some of the most promising startups of the region. So this combination, I think it creates a very dynamic environment when there will be something for everybody. And to be more short, check out the program. It's available, and come to Maribor in May. Maribor is a beautiful city in the middle of the Pohorje, so even that is worth.
Get a little bit of tourism in there if you can.
I mean, it's really impressive.
Yeah, I've seen lots of pictures since I started working on this project. Yeah, it's very beautiful. The whole country.
You should visit us too, yeah.
Okay, I want you to imagine we meet again in 1 year at PODIM. Where would you like to see the SEF and your work within it progress? And any key priorities or goals ahead? So take me ahead 1 year. Do you have any goals personally or for the SEF that you'd like to see be accomplished? What's that look like for you?
Yes, I mean, because of the current situation of the world, I think
Yeah.
I will be very grateful if we will talk 1 year later and we will be able to say that this was a year of progress, innovation, stronger collaboration, even more international connections, ambitious, etc., and peace. I think that quite hard times is in front of us. But otherwise, if we are talking about the safe goals, we want to stay in our focus line, which is to be supportive institutions for SMEs. As I said, we are not only focused on startups especially, but on SMEs generally. And if I may be a little bit cynical, if everything would be perfect, we will be out of the work.
Yeah.
Because we are correcting the mistakes in the ecosystem, but this probably will not happen. So we want to stay in track of innovations, of better quality of life, of course, through the entrepreneurships, etc., and of course to act very quickly, to act very dynamically, and trying to be not too much bureaucratical.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap things up?
No, what would I say again? Come to Maribor, come to PODIM, you won't be sorry.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Simona, for joining us on Europe's podcast. I've learned a lot about this conversation. I'm sure our listeners have as well. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Robert, again for the opportunity, and bye.